Why is a toxic friend so hard to spot? Why do you keep defending someone who drains you, disrespects you, or makes you feel smaller? And how can a friendship feel fun one day, then stressful the next? That is the real problem. Toxic friends usually do not look toxic all the time. They mix good moments with repeated patterns. They make you laugh, then make you doubt yourself. They support you sometimes, then punish your boundaries later. So instead of leaving, you keep chasing the version of them you like, while explaining away the version that keeps costing you peace. And the damage is not just one rude comment or one canceled plan. It is what the pattern teaches you to do. Hide your wins, apologize faster, lower your standards, and call discomfort just drama. One of the clearest warning signs is the friend who acts loyal until your life starts improving without them. Start with the obvious one. The one-way friend. This is the friend who receives the friendship but rarely returns it. You listen to their problems, remember their important dates, show up when life gets messy, and answer the text at midnight. But when you need something, suddenly they are busy, tired, unavailable, or emotionally out of office. The friendship still exists, but the weight is uneven. Healthy support usually moves both ways. Not perfectly, not every single day, but enough that both people feel valued. With the one-way friend, you become the helper, the audience, the backup plan. The catch is that they may not look cruel, they might even be warm. But warmth without reciprocity still drains you. Eventually, you stop asking for help because you already know the answer. That is how imbalance starts. The spotlight thief. This friend cannot let a moment stay yours. You get good news, and they immediately redirect the room. You got promoted? They had a harder job. You went through a breakup? Their breakup was worse. You tell a story, and before you finish, they are already building a bigger one on top of it. At first, it seems harmless, like they are just excited or talkative. But the mechanism is simple. They treat attention like oxygen. If it is not flowing toward them, they panic and pull it back. The effect is strange. You leave conversations feeling invisible, even though you technically talked. The catch is that they may call it connection, but it is really competition for emotional space. A friendship where only one person gets to be seen eventually becomes a stage, not a bond. Now it gets sharper. The backhanded compliment friend. This friend knows how to insult you with a smile. They say things like, "You actually look good today," or "I could never wear that, but it works on you," or "Wow, you finally got your life together." The words pretend to be praise, but the feeling lands like a tiny slap. That is the point. Backhanded compliments give them cover. If you react, they can say you are too sensitive. If you stay quiet, the comment sits inside you. Over time, this trains you to distrust your own reaction. You start wondering, was that mean? Or am I overthinking it? A real compliment leaves you standing taller. A backhanded compliment leaves you checking for damage. This friend does not have to attack loudly. They just keep sanding down your confidence in little public-friendly strokes. Here's where it gets messy. The crisis magnet. This friend always has an emergency. Not sometimes, always. Every week brings a new betrayal, disaster, meltdown, argument, or dramatic update. And somehow, you become the emotional cleanup crew. You cancel plans, rewrite your day, absorb the panic, and help them process the same problem again. The mechanism is urgency. When everything is urgent, your boundaries feel cruel. Saying "I cannot talk right now" feels like abandoning them. The catch is that real friends do go through hard seasons. Supporting someone in pain is part of friendship. But with the crisis magnet, the crisis never leads to change. It just resets. They do not want support that helps them stand up. They want support that keeps you permanently on call. Eventually, their chaos becomes your schedule. And then boundaries matter. The boundary pusher. This friend hears "no" as the beginning of a negotiation. You say you cannot come out, and they keep pushing. You say you are not comfortable sharing something, and they keep asking. You say you need space, and they act offended until you take it back. The mechanism is pressure disguised as closeness. They frame access to you as proof of friendship. If you really cared, you would answer. If you really trusted them, you would tell them. If you really were loyal, you would show up. But friendship is not ownership. Boundaries are not walls against love. They are the shape that lets love stay healthy. A boundary pusher does not just want your time. They want the power to decide when your limits count. And once your no stops working, your yes stops meaning anything. Now the group gets involved. The gossip pipeline. This friend collects private information, like trading cards. They know who is fighting, who is dating, who is struggling, who said what, and they always have a "don't tell anyone" update ready. At first, it feels like access. You are included. You are trusted. You are inside the circle. But listen carefully. If someone brings everyone else's secrets to you, they probably bring yours to someone else. The mechanism is social currency. Gossip gives them power because information makes them feel important. The effect is paranoia. You start choosing your words carefully, not because they are unsafe once, but because their pattern shows that nothing stays contained. The catch is that gossip can feel bonding in the moment, but a friendship built on other people's privacy is only waiting for your turn. That leads to the next one. The group freezer. This friend does not always attack directly. They use the group. They stop inviting you, create side chats, go quiet when you enter, or act normal one-on-one while making you feel unwanted in public. This is social exclusion, and it hurts because humans are wired to notice belonging. The group freezer understands that. They do not have to yell, they just make the room colder. The mechanism is indirect control. Instead of saying, "I am mad at you," they make your place in the group feel unstable. You start performing, apologizing, or over-explaining just to get back to normal. The catch is that they can deny everything. Nobody excluded you. You are being dramatic. But if you keep leaving group hangouts feeling smaller, that feeling deserves attention. Friendship should not feel like auditioning for your own seat. Now comes the competitor, the scorekeeper. This friend turns friendship into a quiet scoreboard. They remember every favor, every invite, every time they paid, every time you were late, every time they helped you. Nothing is freely given. Everything becomes evidence. When they do something kind, it creates a debt. When you do something kind, it somehow does not count the same way. The mechanism is control through obligation. They make generosity feel like a loan with emotional interest. You may start agreeing to things just to avoid hearing, "After everything I have done for you." The catch is that healthy friendship does involve effort and appreciation, but scorekeeping is different. It is not about fairness. It is about leverage. A friend who keeps a hidden receipt for every act of care was never giving it as a gift. But this one smiles. The competition friend. This friend can handle your success, as long as it stays smaller than theirs. They cheer when your life improves a little. But if you pass them, the mood changes. Your win gets minimized. Your excitement gets mocked. Your achievement becomes luck, privilege, timing, or not that big of a deal. Sometimes they compete downward too. If you are tired, they are more tired. If you are stressed, they are more stressed. If you are hurt, their pain gets center stage. The mechanism is comparison. Your life becomes a mirror, and they do not like what it reflects back. The effect is that you start hiding good news to protect their feelings. That is a major warning sign. Real friends do not need you to shrink so they can feel tall. Here's the trust breaker. The flaky friend. This friend makes plans like they are real, then treats them like suggestions. They cancel last minute, forget commitments, arrive late without caring, or disappear until they need something. Once or twice is life. Repeatedly is a pattern. The mechanism is priority. They may like you, but they do not organize their behavior around respect for your time. And time is not a small thing. It is one of the clearest ways people show value. The effect is emotional whiplash. You want to trust them, but you learn not to count on them. So the friendship becomes casual in the worst way, familiar, but unreliable. The catch is that flaky friends often seem harmless because they are not attacking you. But disrespect does not always arrive as cruelty. Sometimes it arrives as, "Sorry, I forgot," for the 10th time. Now reality gets slippery. The reality twister. This is the friend who rewrites what happened. You bring up something hurtful, and suddenly the conversation turns into your tone, your memory, your sensitivity, your timing. They deny obvious things. They say you misunderstood. They claim you are creating drama. The mechanism is confusion. If they can make the argument about whether your reaction is valid, they never have to address what they did. Over time, this can make you question your own read on things. You start saving screenshots, rehearsing conversations, or asking other people, "Am I crazy for feeling this?" That is the danger. A healthy friend may disagree with your perspective. A reality twister makes you feel unsafe having one. The consequence is not just conflict, it is losing trust in yourself. And finally, the quietest trap. The comfort vampire. This friend is not always mean. Sometimes they are the person you love deeply. But every interaction drains you. They vent constantly, reject every solution, refuse every boundary, and return to the same emotional loop. You become their unpaid therapist, emotional storage unit, and crisis hotline. They may not intend harm, but impact still matters. Friendship is not supposed to be a place where one person empties their entire nervous system into the other. The mechanism is emotional dependence. They feel better after talking, while you feel worse after listening. The catch is that caring people are especially vulnerable to this dynamic because leaving feels selfish. But you can care about someone without becoming their only coping strategy. If a friendship only works when you disappear into their needs, it is not support. It is slow self-erasure. Toxic friends are confusing because they are rarely toxic all the time. They can be funny, generous, nostalgic, and still harmful in a repeated way. That is what keeps people stuck. You remember the good version, so you keep explaining away the pattern. But the real test is simple. After spending time with them, do you feel more like yourself or less like yourself? Do you feel respected or managed, safe or careful, seen or used? A friendship does not need to be perfect to be worth keeping, but it does need enough honesty, repair, respect, and balance to let both people breathe. Because the wrong friend does not always destroy your life loudly. Sometimes they just teach you, little by little, to expect less from everyone, including yourself. The hard part about toxic friendship is that nobody wants to feel dramatic for noticing it. Most people do not want to cut people off for no reason. They just want the friendship to feel normal again. But normal should not mean walking on eggshells, hiding your wins, laughing off insults, or feeling guilty every time you choose yourself. A good way to think about it is simple. Do not judge the friendship by one perfect day. Judge it by the pattern. Everybody has bad moods. Everybody gets busy. Everybody says the wrong thing sometimes. But when the same behavior keeps repeating, and every conversation leaves you smaller, that is information. You do not always have to make a huge announcement. Sometimes the healthiest move is a direct conversation. Sometimes it is a firmer boundary. Sometimes it is giving less access to someone who has not handled your trust well. And sometimes, yeah, it is stepping away. Friendship should make life feel more human, not more complicated. If this helped you put a name to a pattern, subscribe for more simple explanations like this, and comment what every type of topic you want next.